Hello guys. So today we'll be taking a look at this workflow inside a n8n for RAG agent with a smart database. With smart database, what I mean is that the database is going to get updated when a new file is added, a current file is updated, or current file is deleted. So before we get started with the workflow inside of n8n, I will take a look at what services we'll be using and what accounts you need to create before following today's tutorial. So for the top part here, for web scraping, this is optional. But for the web scraping, you're gonna need Gina AI API key, which is free for first, I think, 1 million tokens, I believe. Then you're gonna have to use your OpenAI API key. Inside of here, we'll need Google Docs and then Airtable base. So this Airtable base is just Airtable, so like database with URLs we want to scrape. So this is it for the web scraping part. Then for the for the RAG agent itself, I'm gonna be using a VoiceFlow chatbot. It's completely free if you're not using any of their AI services, which we're not going to be doing. And then we'll be using Supabase for our Victor database, Google Drive for a normal database where your clients or yourself can drop and update the files in. And that's basically it. So for today's tutorial, we'll be doing a RAG agent for Brock Ashby, personal coaching business here. But you can do whatever business you want. All right, so without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, so let's just take a look at the web scraper here. So I'm not going to be doing a demo of this right now because I already did, all of this for today's tutorial. I already scraped all of that, but I'm just going to explain what every node does here essentially. So first of all, we look at our Airtable database here and get all the URLs that have a status here as to do instead of done. Once we have that, we have this if step, or essentially if step, yeah, and it checks if the URL contains sitemap inside of it. And if it does, it goes up here because we need to extract all the URLs first out of the sitemap, because the sitemap has a list of all the URLs or the pages of a certain website or domain. And if it doesn't contain a sitemap and it's just a regular URL, it goes to the bottom field here, and at the end they merge. So here what we do, we have a scrape HTTP request for Gina AI. How to set this up is you can just click import CURL curl, then go to Gina, go to APIs here, and then in here just leave everything as is here. Then you can add your API key for high rate limit if you want. I'm just gonna leave it on for now. Content format markdown, and then I don't like to have images, and then I disable header classes and all of that. We don't need those. And I'm pretty sure this is it. So at this point, what you do is just click on this copy here, and then import the curl here, paste it in here and click import, and you're gonna have all the fields set up for you. Now, what you need to check once you do that is to just use the get records URL expression here and then put it at the end after this / here. Then we have the code node here, which just extracts the data or like URL and field ID for every single URL here. So the field ID is going to be the same for a single sitemap, but the URL is going to be obviously different. Then we split it out because this outputs an array, and we need single items, single URLs that we're going to then loop in the last section of this workflow. And then here I have a simple filter that because if we look at this, we have 1,987 items here. That's a lot of URLs that are basically useless for us. So this filter, what it does essentially is removes any URL that contains word images, sitemap, mailing, and donate. So this will probably change, basically, depending on what website you're crawling, for example. So you can either remove this fully or just maybe change it. But yeah, that's what this does. Okay, so once they get merged, we have another cleanup with OpenAI model this time. to just make sure that the rest works every single time, because you want to have that, in your automation. Um, all right, so here we just scrape every single URL. We extract it from the sitemap, or we got from the database itself, from the Airtable. So again, you just import the curl here and then put the URL here from this set loop field. Then we convert it to Markdown just to make sure it is really a Markdown. Because, remember, we already set content format to Markdown. I just want to be 100% sure it is Markdown. You can probably remove both of these two nodes here, but I have them just in case. Then we create a document with the name of the URL that we scraped. So as you can see in my Google Drive here, they are named by the URLs of the page we scraped. And then we updated this doc with the data from this OpenAI node, and then we update the Airtable records from to do to done. So that's basically it. So once we're done scraping, we should get like the documents inside of our Google Drive folder. Next, let's check out the file updated flow here. So we have a Google Drive trigger that checks every single minute if any of the files inside of this folder are changed or not. And if they are, we take the file ID of the file that got updated, look into the Supabase. So this is the vector database here. So if I go to the database and open the documents tutorial table, it's going to look at the file ID here, and it's going to delete all the files, or for all the rows with the file ID that we got from the Google Drive here. Then we download the new file, the updated file. We extract text from the file, and then we upload it and upload it back to the vector database, and then update it as well. And then down here, this is a pretty smart way of doing this, but I haven't seen anyone do it this way before. Maybe they did, but no, just didn't see it. So essentially what this does is this part of the workflow is able to update the vector database and the Google Drive side of the files when the file is deleted, which n8n doesn't support natively. So essentially how this works is that I have 1 hour here. You can set it to however frequently you want. We check all the files inside of the Google Drive folder. We aggregate those files into an array. Then we check all the file IDs in the Supabase database. We aggregate those, and then we compare them using this code node here. And then if a file is missing inside of the Google Drive, but it is present in the Supabase database, that means that we need to delete that file from the vector database because we don't have it inside of Google Drive, right? That means the file is old, we don't need it anymore, so it can get deleted. So this is the top branch here. And the bottom branch is for the case where the Google Drive contains the file ID, but the Supabase vector database doesn't. So we need to upload that file to the vector database, right? So that's what this is basically. So again, we download the file, we extract text from the file, then we upload it to the vector database. So that's basically it. And then the last part here is the voiceflow agent itself. We're using a webhook here from that we are getting from our voice flow here. So essentially, this is just a simple welcome message. We ask how can I help you. Then we save the reply from the user as the last utterance. We use the post HTTP request with these parameters. So we have body inside of the body. We have question and session ID. So the session ID is important because if you want to have chat memory, we need to put the session ID into our user number into the AI agent in here inside of the n8n. All right, and then at the bottom here we have capture response. So once we respond to the webhook with this node, the response is going to get captured and marked as an expression inside of the voice flow here, and it's going to get essentially just it's going to be answer to the question. And inside n8n, if we look at this, so first we have just set ID here, set field here to question with question from the HTTP request from voiceflow. Then we send it to AI agent. The AI agent is going to look at the Supabase vector store, get the response or write the response, set response here, and then respond to the webhook. And that's basically it, guys. So I'm going to do a quick demo of how this AI chatbot works. So for example, if we look at what this guy offers, view plans here. He offers 3 different plans. So one-on-one personalized coaching, bill by bro coaching, one-on-one face-to-face coaching. All right. So let's go into voice flow here and ask a couple of questions. So first of all, how much do you charge? How much do do you charge? Yeah. And let's see. So now the chatbot is thinking, and let's see what response do we get here. So Brock's personal training services have the following pricing structure. So $4.99 per month for one-on-one, $49 per month for Bill by Brock coaching, and then one-on-one face-to-face coaching processing upon inquiry. All right, so that's exactly what the website says. And now let's say, tell me more about the one-on-one personalized coaching. Let's see what answer we get this time now. So what we should get is, that it is for men and women, beginner, intermediate, and advanced, and that it can be done in the gym, at home, and so on. So let's see what the answer is. It's a premium online program designed to help you achieve specific fitness goals, and is priced at $4.99 per month. So tailored training, yeah, it's personalized, ongoing support, approximately suitable for all fitness level, whether you're a beginner or more advanced. You can choose to perform workouts at the gym, home, and so on. So this is essentially all the information we got from the website here. All right, so now let's just take a look at the vector database side of this flow. So this is the documents tutorial table. For you, it's going to be empty when you first sign up for Supabase. So what you need to do is you need to go to SQL editor, create this, so just paste this code in here, click run. So I got this error because documents tutorial table already exists. Just heads up, if you want to have a different name than documents tutorial, you change it inside of here. Then you need to create a match document function that we are using inside of here. So for example, inside here, we have this query name match documents underscore tutorial. And then to do that, you need to run this code. Now, if you have a different name, you'll have to name all of the different, wherever you see documents underscore tutorial, you need to change it to whatever your name is, and then click run here. That's basically it. You're gonna have a vector database ready to go. Now, just a reminder, if you have a different name that I have, so something else than documents underscore tutorial, you'll need to change this query name to match underscore and then your table name in every single Supabase node, essentially. So here, I believe in the delete row, no delete row, no, it doesn't. You'll have to change the name here. The update, it doesn't have it as well. In here, yeah, like I said, sure, and then down here as well, you'll have to change this. So yeah, guys, this is basically it. You'll be able to get this template, this workflow template, as well as these SQL codes in the link in the description, fully for free. If you have any questions about this, let me know down in the comment section below. And also, if you have any suggestions or wishes on what I should build next, let me know as well. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.